How can you not love that intro music, CJ?
It's pretty dope. I was jamming out.
Oh my gosh, man. I'm over here nodding my head. I'm feeling it. That music is by Oni Music. Oh my gosh. We back. First episode. We live,
Episode one.
CJ.
We
Episode 1. We
We're
good.
here.
Yeah.
They take
Welcome to the very first episode, our kickoff special of Talk That Sport. You know, it's me, Jordan Jones, here with my brother CJ Jones.
What's up, guys? What's up? We're excited. We're really excited to do this. We've been talking all week back and forth. Ready to do this. We moved it up. I didn't end up going out of town this weekend, so we're recording on Wednesday night instead of Saturday night. But
yeah,
either way, we got a good show planned out for you guys today.
Very good show. I'm excited. It's been a long time coming. I've been itching to talk some sports. I have ESPN pulled up on my second screen. I got my drink in my cup. I'm ready to go.
What are you drinking tonight, Jordan?
Okay, so I said last week I'm a huge whiskey beer guy. Like, that's me, But I made a promise. Well, first, I bought whiskey last weekend. Ended up drinking it all by Monday.
You're not alcoholic.
Not an alcoholic. I got a small bottle because alcohol is expensive here in Abilene.
Mm-hmm, sure.
But I do have I did wind up getting, we had some daiquiri mix and stuff already. And I have rum and vodka because my wife doesn't drink it that much. Mm-hmm. So I made daiquiris tonight. So my wife, she worked long today. Lexi, she's a nurse. She's out there working hard.
Saving lives.
So when she comes home, she has a daiquiri waiting for her in the fridge, courtesy of moi. I hooked her up. Yeah.
Look at you trying to win husband of year honors.
Hey man, I'm doing it up nicely. Like last week, what was it? Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday or Thursday. I don't remember the day, honestly. I set up some rose petals and stuff just because she just came home from work, surprised her, had some cheesecake waiting. Yeah. Bought her a bottle of wine.
Oh, what kind of wine? Okay, good. See, I didn't do nothing just because for my wife. Guys, I had the same little rose petal setup, candle lights, my name on there. Y'all see it on Instagram pretty soon. But it was our anniversary this weekend, so your boy had to show out.
Show out?
I did. I think I did. You saw the pictures.
Yeah. You definitely kicked my butt when it comes to anniversaries.
Look, Jordan, I've been better at you in a lot of things in life, and now it just keeps continuing.
All right, calm down there, bro.
So, look, have you been watching this NBA basketball bubble so far?
Wait, you didn't even say what you were drinking.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just slipping. Okay, Jordan. Oh, wait. Just before I say what I was drinking, a little off-tangent thing, because this is what CJ does. I forgot to hit record on Audacity until 30 seconds into the pod, so just let you know that ahead of time. Yeah, I am only been recording for 2 minutes and 5 seconds. But you got all the good stuff from me. It never happens. It's
oh my gosh.
I was trying to make it easy on Aaron a little bit today and not have a long pod running. Okay, but no, what I'm drinking the McBride Sisters Black Girl Magic. Support your black liquor sellers, all right? These ladies have been killing it up here. Ray Hive, she's been getting bottles and selling out. So I had to go get my bottle of the Black Girl Magic. I like the Black Girl Magic red blend, but I've been really on that McBride Sisters Chardonnay. So if you're looking for a Chardonnay, a white wine hookup, hit that.
Okay. Good shout out right there. Good shout out. I like that.
We like sponsors, and we take liquor for sponsors. We don't need money.
I am all for people wanting to send us liquor.
We will promote the shit out of y'all.
So our awesome producer Erin, when she was editing our stuff last week, she told me so she's from Tennessee, and she was like, "Yeah, my favorite liquor, by the way, is Jack Daniel's whiskey." And I was like, "Hey, that's what's up. I love that stuff. I had it at my wedding." I was like, "So
you had Jack at your wedding?"
Yeah, we had Jack.
See, I was drinking all the Tito's.
See, y'all were gonna be drinking some crappy whiskey if it were up to me, but thankfully my in-laws stepped in and they were like, "Oh no, we'll set you up with some Jack," because y'all were about to be drinking that no-name whiskey.
Jordan,
if I had my way.
What do y'all think y'all drank at my wedding? Shit.
It went down. It
went down very good. Everybody was happy.
That's all that matters. It went down. all good. Yeah. So bubble basketball. What's up?
But basketball, I mean, I've been watching it. I'm just happy to have basketball back. It's like having the AAU tournament going on. So like 1:00 in the afternoon, like basketball's here. I'm gonna watch it all day. And I've been trying to find myself. I'm trying to convince my wife to let me buy the NBA League Pass on Amazon for $12.99. But she's still reluctant to say no. So I've been doing a lot of listening to the radio, listening to the games, following on Twitter. But man, there's a lot of things that surprised me so far. Like Bubble Mello is probably my favorite Mello of all time. Like I used to be Hoodie Mello because Hoodie Mello was a dog, all right. But Bubble Mello, that dude is a killer. Luka, is a Dallas fan. Luka's been out there just throwing it up. The Mavs have been slightly disappointing, but it's good. Paul George is doing Paul George things. Let's see if Paul George can keep this up in the playoffs. The Lakers look. I don't know how to describe how the Lakers look. They look really good sometimes, and Anthony Davis looks like the best player in the NBA. And then sometimes they look bad. So
yeah,
it's a lot of stuff going on. I'm not paying attention to any Eastern Conference teams, to be honest with you. I don't know how Giannis looks. I don't know how the Wizards are doing. I don't know. Is Orlando playing? I think they're playing. I don't know. It's a bunch of. I'm not paying attention. I don't really give a crap about the Eastern Conference. Let's give me the Western Conference games, and I'm good with that.
Honestly, I feel you. So first of all, I do have NBA League Pass. So I
Share the password, bro.
I know, right? Yeah,
I'll split that with you.
It's super cheap right now, so I was like, okay. It's like it's like 28 for everything, and so I was like, okay, I'll just go ahead and buy it, like so I can watch all the games because I've been excited for sports to come back, especially basketball. So like literally all day at work, I'll have like on one of like part of my screen, I'll just have a basketball game running. Yeah, so it's amazing having that. This like I won't buy it for like a regular season because I'm not spending $200 to watch some teams out there.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, have you been able to watch the Mavericks games
yes.
on League Pass?
Yeah, so you can go back and watch any game. So like if
you watch them afterwards.
I can watch them. No, so there's games that are going on during that I can watch, but then I can go back and watch old games too. Yeah. So like if I want to go watch the Mavs game from yesterday, I can go on and watch it right now.
No, but can you watch the Mavs when they're live?
Yeah. Yeah, but like so there's blackouts. So
blackouts, yeah.
Yeah, so Mavs play in our area, so we can't watch Mavs on League Pass.
That's the problem I'm having. Like I've been in fights with both League Passes. WNBA League Pass and League Pass. Because I can't, I cut the cord a long time ago.
Yeah.
So
I definitely have the cord for that very reason. So we have cable for two reasons: sport and all the home and cooking shows that my wife likes to watch. That's it. That's it.
She can do that on like Netflix and YouTube, right?
True. But
But quick shout out to Rahib DeMarcus, all right, on Facebook, who's live stream every Mavs game for me. All right. Look, dude, I love your commentary. I love you stream it. I can watch the game on your live feed until Facebook shuts it down. So everybody go hit him up. It's all good. Now, but what's some of the biggest surprises for you, Jordan, in the bubble? What's been surprising you so far?
That the Mavs lost two of the first two games. Like that blew me out the water. It didn't make sense. Mostly because I'm not surprised that the role players didn't show up. It's very common for the Mavs role players to do this stuff, but it's a letdown. One, because with other teams in the West losing right now, this was prime real estate to move up. Like we could already be in a 6 seed right now if we had just won our first two games. So that's very disappointing. And especially when you look at Luka and Porzingis, the way that they came out to play to start the bubble. Like I know Luka had a triple-double yesterday and scored what?
34 points, 20.
Yeah,
34, 20, and 12.
Yeah. So 34, 20, and 12. He had 40 the other night. Like Kristaps had 22 last night after he got fouled out. Then you look at him the other night, like against the Suns, he had what? Kristaps had 30 points that night. Like it's just they're putting up great numbers. I think against the Rockets he had like 40. So it's like they're playing extremely well right now, which is what you wanted. You wanted both of our stars to be excelling, and they're finally doing it. And then you look at the rest of the team, and they're just not really performing up to code. So I really hope that they step it up for the rest of the season, so that we can at least be somewhat in a spot to where we don't have to play the Clippers, hopefully. The team that really surprised me, though, starting out the bubble, is the Suns. Like, I know they beat the Mavs the other night, and they should not have won that game. But then they just beat the Clippers.
They shouldn't have won that game either.
They shouldn't have, but they did. Like, they are taking advantage of opportunities. Like, that is amazing. Again, that's what you want to see from your team.
They won't make playoffs. All they're doing is hurting their draft.
They're right there.
They're not going to make it.
Yeah, all you have to do is be within 3 games. You be within 3 games in that 9 seed. They're only 1 game out, like of the 9 seed. So it's very doable.
I have no faith in DeAndre and Devin Booker. You know that.
I think I definitely think it's unlikely, but I mean you can't count them out. Like they're a very interesting team to watch out there.
Book's a killer, and I hope Book gets out there eventually. All right, But Phoenix doesn't deserve Devin Booker. All right, but they have him, and I wish the best to him. So on the Mavericks, back to the Mavericks. Who on the role players you wish would step up a little bit? Because this team run as I think the bench goes and the team scoring goes as Tim Hardaway Jr. goes. If THJ's not firing them up, hitting those threes, and coming with their energy, they're not going to get that same type of energy. And also, I think they should be using Boban a little bit more, especially when these bigger matchups.
Definitely. Yeah, no, I feel you. Hold on, though. We got a question in. Got to address it real quick. So the question basically is, do you think the Mavs win against the Clippers tomorrow?
Honest answer, no.
You don't think they
if all the Clippers are playing, and do they get Lou back tomorrow? I think they get Lou back tomorrow. No, Lou's still in cut.
Yeah, he should be back soon. But what would you think that would do for the Mavs' confidence if they do come out and pull that win out?
I mean, it's a regular season game. I don't think it does anything for confidence. I think the Mavs are I want to see. You told me I told you I have them going 5-3 in the bubble. All right, I told you they were going to go 5-3 and then probably get to the 6th seed.
Yeah.
We still can do that. It's still possible. And I feel like if they were able to do that, I think they have some confidence. But I think winning against the Clippers in 1 game is not going to do much to them.
I don't know. I'm kind of siding here where it can have a huge impact on the team. One, because they really need a strong win. And I know they just beat the Kings, but they were expected to beat the Kings, and that was a sloppy mess when they showed up and won that game. So I'd really like them to come out full throttle with the best of the Clippers and outduel them, win that game. Not only will it give them some confidence going into the playoffs where they might play the Clippers in a 7-game series, but also a win there is needed if they're trying to knock the Clippers down so they don't end up playing them in the because most likely they'll be the 7th seed. So any loss that the Clippers can get is going to be good for the Mavericks right now because you want them dropping as much as possible.
I will say this about the Clippers. If you go in there and then blow them out tomorrow and Luka looks good, then that changes my opinion on does this game mean a lot. Will it mean something? They go out there and bully the Clippers and show they can play with them, and KP can have a good advantage against Harrell. I think it's a whole different story. But if it's a close game and they barely win, do they do what the Suns did? It's not that big of a confidence booster for me. Even though I do want them to, I do not want to play the Clippers in the first round. Repeat that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I definitely don't. I think if they have a performance like how the Mavs had on last Friday against the Houston Rockets, and they actually pull out the win and close out the game like they should have in the first place, I think it makes a huge impact, and that would mean a lot more than if they folded here and gave them another win. So it'll be interesting to see. But I mean, I'm loving bubble basketball. I shout out to the NBA. They did an amazing job setting this up. I think the quality is great. Yes, you miss the fans, but honestly, the games have been so good. It's not even, I am not it doesn't feel like I'm losing product here when I'm watching these games. It's great to watch on TV. You can see the players are excited. Everybody's having fun. It doesn't seem like not having crowds there is phasing them too much. I love how they're incorporating fans where you can go and be virtual fans. I think that's a great idea. Basketball is in a unique situation being able to do that. So I'm really excited to see what the NFL, the big conglomerate, has to do this fall. I don't think they'll be able to put up a product quite as quality as the NBA, but I'm interested to see what they have in store.
So you like the crowd noise coming in?
Yeah, I like it. I need a little bit of it. Yeah,
it freaks me out. I'll listen
It
to it on the
does?
radio, and I'll be like, yeah. I was like, what? Wait. Who's there? Who's there right now?
Yeah,
The coach is
definitely.
making the noise. So like, I am enjoying like the production of it. I'm enjoying the sideline interviews with the extended mic 6 feet
Yeah.
away, and the extended mic going over to him. And then let's not forget about the W. All right, I do rep the W, so I'm going to talk about the W and use my
Go
little
ahead.
second
Go
right
ahead.
here.
Go ahead.
You know, the WNBA, their games have been just as competitive on their side. It's been really fun watching the ladies play out there. I am just continuing like to champion thank you for them. Get your league pass, watch them a couple games, get to know some of your local players. Our cousin hurt her knee the other day. Hopefully, Vic, get back to it, Vic. All right. Hopefully, it's not a serious injury, and then we'll keep it going.
All right, yeah, man. I watched a couple of the WNBA games. I don't get a lot of them on my TV. I don't know why.
Just use my league pass.
Oh well,
send me that information. I pay for that. I will send you my information over.
Yeah, but I watched the first half of the Wings game last night though. They kept it close.
Yeah, until they didn't. See, they have the same problem as the Mavericks. Really good young core, and they can't finish. They aren't win these big games.
Yeah. They're a really young team though, so it's going to be exciting to see once these players get some more experience under their belt where they'll be.
So, do you have a WNBA team you root for per se, or you're a Dallas guy?
I do all things Dallas. I really have been watching Sabrina Ionescu. Ionescu. My bad. She got hurt though, so. But and Liberty aren't very good anyway. It's exciting watching her just because one, she reminds me a lot of the way Luka plays, because she's all over the court doing a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. So it's really exciting to see her watch. I just want her to get more comfortable in the offense. And once she gets more comfortable in the offense, I really want to see her just take over.
I mean, she did drop 33-7 the other night.
Yeah, but
on our wings.
Yeah.
They lost by 15 to be exact. But she did drop 33-7.
True.
I like Sabrina. Is it crazy that I like every team in the NBA but one? The WNBA but one. So I kind of root for all of them. But I am a hometown homie. I am a Wings fan. But like I saw her with the comments, and the comments they left in 2007. So
yeah,
I'm rooting for my Wings, but like I'll make a new allegiance when the playoffs come around. My Wings don't make it.
I feel you.
So Jordan,
baseball?
Yes, baseball. Have you seen all these injuries lately?
You know what? This is what happens when you spend 90% of your offseason trying to negotiate less games instead of focusing on the actual season.
Mm-hmm.
The MLB has just been a horrible example for what to do when it comes to preparing for a pandemic. Like they knew all along that they had to make, they had to put things in place in order to put out a quality product. You saw what the NBA was doing, and they had to stop midseason. The MLB didn't even start their season. They had 3 months, almost 4 months to prepare, and didn't do a good enough job to where their players, one, would come back healthy, and two, they would come back in a way to where, nobody would get sick. So it's like, so you have 3 pitchers this past week all get season-ending injuries.
Yeah, a pitcher tore his Achilles.
Yeah,
that don't happen. That shit don't happen.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, and this is right after, last week you had Corey Kluber go down with his on his first start in the first inning.
After one, was it one batter?
Yeah, he pitched out the entire inning, but it was but still it was you're having these guys drop like flies, and you know that pitchers are very sensitive when it comes to their injuries, not because they're weak, it's because they just throw power that it takes a lot on their body when they're having to throw those pitches. So you're watching them, and it's scary. Honestly, I don't know what this season's going to hold. I don't know if the MLB is going to last the whole season. Like they might have to start bringing up really all those replacement players to start playing some games.
Well, just like you said, they had all this time. Yes, they were affected in the middle of spring training, but they had time to develop a plan. And for me, I was discussing with a couple of baseball fans that I know. And we're talking about they should have put this in a bubble. They should have been in Arizona. They should have been in Florida. There's plenty of in Arizona, you have all the training fields for spring trace ball over there. You have plenty of space to put people, plenty of hotels, or you can go down to Florida and do the same thing up there. There's no excuse that we should be where we are right now. and especially with multiple players contracting it, multiple bench coaches. You have Joe West. I'm calling you out. All right, wear your damn mask. All right, do not put it on your chin. Do not take it off to yell at somebody. Where if you were umpiring, I'll get thrown out because I'll punch you in the face if you took your mask off, yell at me. Sorry, tangent. But
I feel you.
They had plenty of time to get this right. And I felt like they're handling like most a certain section of our people in their country are handling it, that it'll just go away. And I feel like there's like Rob Manfred still haven't gave like we may shut the season down. He's not gave a true answer what they're gonna do. So I mean, I expect nothing less from baseball. I hope they make it through the season, but as of right now, do I think we can make 60 games? Nah. You got 60 games plus a playoff. And then what are you going to do about the Marlins games they're missing up? You just canceled a doubleheader already this week. So, like, now you got to make up multiple games. And the games have not really been that interesting either. Have you watched some of these games, Jordan?
Yes, I have. And I immediately turned them off after watching them.
Like, I'm a baseball guy. I play baseball. I love baseball. I go to games year in, year out. I'm a baseball guy. These games have been hard to watch. Not because of lack of fans. Not because, like, if you've been watching Oakland A's play, they barely have fans in there anyway. And the games sometimes being entertaining. But, like, it's not pitcher duels. It's just like a bunch of guys that look like they can't hit right now. So it's just not there. It's not doing it for me.
Yeah. The players had, 3 weeks basically to prepare for the season after not playing for 2 months. It's very hard to get ramped up for a baseball season with that little time.
No, you say that. Do you see the basketball players? They were already no. Baseball players already ramped it up. They were at spring training. They were already getting greased. All they had to do was keep doing what they were doing.
So baseball started. They reported in July, at the beginning of July.
But Jordan, they were in spring training in March when the shutdown happened.
Yeah,
but pitchers and catcher reported in February.
But then you had 2 months where you weren't doing anything.
No. But they should have been doing so because the NBA players had 2 months where they weren't doing anything either.
No. So the NBA players got access to their facilities again in June.
No, baseball players had the same thing too. Because you can go. Como made it in New York where the Mets can go, and some players are, I'm not going to facility. Some players are going to facility. But no, these are baseball players. You don't need a facility to go work out. Most of these guys can hire private trainers. Most of these guys can. All you need is your pitcher is a ball and a net.
So then you think it's on the players then, and this is the players' fault for not getting ramped up for the season.
I think a little bit ownership falls on everybody. I think the owner should have put their players in a better position to prepare for the season. I think they shouldn't rush back into it. I think this deal should have been done in June, obviously, but there was some pettiness on that side. I think some of this goes on the players because some of these players mentally checked out, didn't think the season was going to happen. And as a baseball player, I can see how you think the season is not going to happen. How you can go to a point and be like, okay, it's June now. We have no deal, and the owners are being dickwads. So I don't think we're playing the rest of the season. Let's ramp it down. But like, if there's a possibility for a season, you have to stay semi sort of ready because it seems like some of these guys came back and were not ready to play.
Yeah, I agree with that. The pitching or the batting has been awful. Like watching the Rangers is like watching paint dry. Like with the lack of hits, we've been outscored by every team that we've played. It's been awful. So it hasn't been a real fun. It hasn't been fun to watch, like honestly. So I'm not a fan of the way baseball has been this year. Hopefully next year it'll be a lot better. But for now, we're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm just praying to God that football learns from this and does better.
Do you think they are?
I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Jordan, I think the NFL may be worse.
You think so?
I mean, I honestly do. Like, so you had the Matthew Stafford false positive. You had the Gene Minshew false positive, right? So you already have 2 people come back with false positives, all right? So are we getting false negatives? That's what I'm starting to worry about, you know? And then how are they containing this? Like, there's no, like, real procedures in place. If somebody were to test positive, what they would do, how long they have to quarantine. Like they have a plan, but it's not a plan. All right. Yeah, it's not like they're in the same place MLB was. Like can we make it through a season? They say, okay, we're gonna lower the players down. We go from 90 players in camp to 81. So it's like, okay, that only there's 9 less players for him. Still 81 people you're responsible, plus all your staff. All right. What's the sanitizing procedures around the locker room? How's the media going to be interacting with the team players? I just feel like I don't feel like enough is doing. Like, what if something happens? Is there going to be enough replacement players to play on an NFL roster if something happens? What happens if your quarterback gets it? You know, like I heard that Kansas City was thinking about quarantining Patrick Mahomes away from the team. I think that's a great idea because, like, you don't want your $500 million quarterback to get coronavirus and not be available. Yeah, protect your asset. So I don't and I see the way they're handling it on the NCAA level, and it's just like there's no clear leadership. You haven't heard from Goodell, you haven't heard from the owners. All you hear is these coaches coming out and saying, "Oh, our guys we're 100% like Bill O'Brien. We got 100% pass rate." Okay, cool. What's going to happen if you fail? Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. No. You can't do that. You can't do that. You have to have a plan going into the season of like if David Johnson gets infected, what's going on, and we got to figure out like when they got infected, who they've been around, and these players are going home. I understand it's hard to take away a player from his family for 4 months, and I understand that, but when you're working, this is $1 billion industry. You know what I'm saying, like that. And if you made the decision to like we're gonna play the season, you have to tell your players like, hey, look. We're not gonna put you guys in a bubble because football is really hard to put in a bubble. You're not gonna be able to do that. I think like 4 bubbles would have been better for football players. Pick 4 major cities to go to and have football games in. Preferably placed with 2 stadiums or 1 big stadium, and then had them that way. But you didn't get to that. So they have these hotels. So I think you should quarantine them at hotels or turn your training facilities into like a big hotel center or whatever. You can make these. You have enough money to make these changes real quick. I just think there's no clear plan of something that will happen.
Oh, I definitely agree. And so here's my logic with the NFL. One, I strongly believe that they could have done some kind of NFL island, not necessarily an island, but just like you do your own bubble. And I think that it's something very doable. And you can even have your families there. Like the NFL has the money, first of all. Let's not kid ourselves. Like they have plenty of money to set the stuff up for a year. And they would actually it would benefit them more to run the season that way than it would be to shut down for any reason. So if you did it and you got in, let's use Dallas for an example, not necessarily actually using Dallas because coronavirus cases have like been crazy around here.
We're getting better. We're getting better.
Yeah, true.
We're trending down.
Yeah, but in general, it hasn't been great. So it's not the best example, but like so you look in the DFW. So in the DFW Metroplex, you have the AT&T Stadium, you have the Cotton Bowl, you have SMU's football stadium, you have TCU's football stadium, you have Apogee up in Denton. Like those are that's 5 football stadiums within an hour of each other that you can have. I mean, you have Star in Frisco, honestly, if you want to use that. Like, because you're not going to have fans. Like the NFL is holding on to this idea that they're going to have a bunch of fans coming back at their stadiums at some point. It's highly unlikely.
Jordan, tell the NFL owners that because like there's owners saying we're at 25%. There's owners saying we have 50%. The NFL owners are about this money, bro.
Yeah, but after the MLB showed that they couldn't do it, so like I just don't really think the NFL is going to be able to come
Wait, no, Jordan. I think they like but NFL is saying we're not baseball. We don't have 40,000 people. We have 80,000 people. Like our team support economies. That's what they are thinking. Like a baseball team, outside of a very few, support an actual economy inside of the city. Like you know how much business the Cowboys bring to Dallas. True. You know how much business like Pittsburgh brings to the Steelers bring to Pittsburgh. Same thing with the Bills. Same thing with the Eagles. Like this. So these NFL player owners know that they can get people to come to games, and they also know that people who choose to go to these NFL games are not caring if they get coronavirus or not. So that's
I mean, I have been like very vocal in saying that the NFL was going to have fans in the stands no matter what.
Yeah.
But that was before I saw the crap that just happened in baseball. That stuff spread so fast. Like you saw, they had to cancel all these games. Players are still showing up with positive cases. Like it's not under control. So
But
it's just you can't argue that after seeing that happen, unless the NFL is doing something drastically different, which they haven't shown that they're going to do something drastically different. Which I have a suggestion in keeping with that, island type football thing where you have a big old bubble with just football players, and that's where they all are in that city, working in that city, living in that city for that time being. You can have their family and friends in the stands, and that would be awesome. But then you could even do like invitees, like so you can bring in fans, like a certain percentage of fans that go through all the testing, that sign off to go through all the testing protocols. If you don't want to do the testing, you can't come to the game, and you get a weekend pass to go watch all the football games. Imagine the kind of like publicity that the NFL would get for that, and how many fans would be signing up to do that. And you can do something at like 50% capacity, and have you have the fan sign waivers, and you even do something where it's like I don't know, you do some. It would be really huge for the NFL to do something like that at their games over the course of that weekend. It's an idea, but I mean, there's better ways to go about it, and I just don't see the NFL just being like, oh yeah, no, we're just going to keep as it is, and no matter what happens, we're just going to go through an idea of having 25% capacity or 50% capacity. We're going to leave it up to the owners in their cities on what they want to do.
I respect what you're saying. I really do. But you know who don't want to hear all that? Las Vegas don't want to hear all that. No one else don't want to hear about that. The Rams and the Chargers don't want to hear. They got stadiums to pay for. They built these big old monstrosities that have people in them, not these neutral site fields and stuff like that.
You know what I have to say about that?
And then fans, what do fans have to do with giving the players corona or COVID?
Because they're in that same environment. And I mean, I know that they're up in the stands and they're not going to be interacting with that, but you see how this stuff spreads. So you had the Rangers had some of their announcers get it. How are announcers getting it?
That's a whole different.
Yeah, but you're talking about
because the Rangers really botched that earlier. Yeah.
But let's look at it this way. So let's do some contact tracing. So we have some fans come into the stands, right? We have the janitors and the food workers or whatever. And let's say one fan comes in and they're positive, didn't know it, and spreads it. They spread it to the food worker, who then spreads it to the janitor, who spreads it to another janitor, that spreads it to another janitor. Those janitors go down there to clean the locker rooms and clean all the other spaces that players might come into contact with. They're shaking hands with, other people like in like different spaces and different paces. So it may not be that a fan is going up and shaking Dak Prescott's hand, but by contact, it spreads to, one of the players. So it can definitely happen. Like it's very possible, like happening that way. So
I feel you. I want everybody to know. I agree with Jordan. Don't put them up fans in these stands, all right? And I will say this before we move on to the NFL Top 100 list, all right? Yeah, a couple of things to say you. Jordan, I've went 34 minutes and 37 seconds without using an F-bomb. So, guys, if you're listening to the show, CJ's about to drop some F-bombs. Guys, wear your fucking mask. Wash your fucking hands, all right? And please, if I see one more comment under ESPN post or one of my Twitter posts or anybody's post that says, if a player fucking kneels, I'm not going to watch. You know what? Nobody fucking cares if you watch or not because they're going to have plenty of people. So if that's you, I'm sorry. Nobody fucking cares. Jordan, I'm done with my F-bombs. That was a minute of F-bombs. I think I dropped 5. I'm okay. Let's talk about NFL Top 100. Okay, Jordan, do you see the NFL Top 100?
Yeah, so shout out to @SportsChatWithDJ for bringing this topic to our attention. You can go and follow him on Instagram. He has a great podcast that you can tune into. But that list was something else. So he wanted us to focus specifically on the top 10 and that lineup there. So let me pull this up really quick. So this is the list done by the players, correct?
Yeah, it's voted my players, yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of this is based on partly on their opinion of who they've played and
they probably, but like The problem I have, and we get into why you pulling this up. I'll get into it right now. The problem I have, I'm all cool with 3 black quarterbacks being the top 4.
Mm-hmm.
But how is Patrick Mahomes, Mr. I only go to championship games since I've been a starter?
Yeah.
4th on the list.
It's crazy.
And how is a guy who doesn't have a Super Bowl ring, who does not have a Super Bowl appearance, who does not have a win in the playoffs? Number 1.
Mm-hmm.
If this was the most exciting players in the NFL list, trust me, I would be totally on the side of Lamar Jackson because he is the most exciting football player in the NFL.
Oh, I love watching Lamar Jackson.
But when it comes to so have you got your top 10 up yet?
Yeah.
All right. So who rank your top 10? Just say your top 10 is.
Okay, so without looking at this list, who is my top 10 players in the NFL?
Yeah. I mean, top 10. Who's your top 10?
So because I don't go against these guys in the NFL because I am definitely not an NFL player, and so I'm going to do it purely based on if I were to draft players, and I'm like, who is the 10 best players I would want in order if I had to choose out of the league. So it would definitely be Patrick Mahomes number 1.
Got it.
Russell Wilson number 2.
Got it.
Aaron Donald number 3.
Got it.
It would be Lamar Jackson 4 probably. At 5, I would have to probably go Julio Jones. Then I would go at 6. 6. And this might sound a little crazy, but Nick Bosa at 6.
Good one. Good one.
Yeah,
good one.
Yeah. He didn't make it. Yeah, dude is a monster.
Just got paid.
Just got paid. I'd probably do Stephon Gilmore at 7. DeAndre Hopkins at 8. Christian McCaffrey at 9. And to round out the top 10, I would probably do, just to add some diversity in there, probably put Bobby Wagner.
Whoa, what, Wagner?
Yeah.
Bobby Wagner?
Yeah.
Wow. I can take 3 of his teammates. I put it on above him.
Seriously? Right. Which 3?
Okay, I maybe what was that for 3? Jamal Adams for sure.
Linebackers affect the team more than the safety would.
Oh my god! But Jamal Adams is Jamal fucking Adams.
And Bobby Wagner.
I ain't trying to have no smoke with no Jamal. Jamal, if you're listening, bruh, come on the pod.
Oh, I wanted to, but Bobby Wagner won a Super Bowl. Jamal Adams hasn't set the playoffs.
Jamal could win too. All right. Well, he played for the fucking Jets.
Okay.
The fucking Jets.
Yeah, and Bobby Wagner carried the defense for the past 5 years.
Okay. If I had to do my list, right? It's really some of yours. You got Patrick, Russell, Donald. Then I put McCaffrey at 4.
Okay.
Then Jackson. Give me Gilmore. Kittle, because the dude's a fucking beast.
Yeah.
All right. I do like that Nick Bosa one.
Nick Bosa.
Wait, Joey. Wait, which one? Wait, which one's Chargers? It's Nick.
Chargers is Joey.
Oh wait, give me that one, not Nick. Joey. There we go.
Seriously? Nick is better right now.
No, Joey's better right now.
No, Nick is better.
Joey's better right now. Joey just got hurt last year.
Okay,
Nick got lucky.
Nah, I wouldn't say he got lucky. Now I'll give you that.
We'll see what he does this year.
I'll give you that he has a solid line to work with, so he's not having to carry them. But dude is a beast.
Joey's a problem. Joey's a problem.
Joey just got paid.
And then no else I'm putting 10. No, I'm putting 10.
Who?
It should be number 10, and not this bum that's number 10 right now. It's Zeke. It's Zeke. He's been the best running back in the league all for his season. He has the most yards of any running back in the league.
I love Zeke.
It's Zeke. Zeke. What does Zeke mean to the Cowboys? He means more to the Cowboys than any other running back on the roster in the NFL.
Nah, Saquon.
The team, no, Saquon, not even. Saquon only have a quarterback.
That's why he means more than they got a quarterback.
Okay, so look, but in all fairness, Saquon's 11 on my list. Saquon's next.
Okay.
It's like Zeke and Saquon.
That's fair.
Saquon can do more, right? But Zeke is the more dominant player.
Yeah.
I've yet to see, like, so when I've seen it, it's not as Cowboy Homer in me. This is not. This is the CJ being realistic. Zeke has been more dominant as a player than Saquon has ever been.
Yeah.
And I think he'll ever be, even though Saquon can do more. Saquon should really, honestly, be the best running back in the league. Mm-hmm. But we all know what's up now. He had Eli's freshman year, his rookie year, and he had Daniel fuck up the last year. So we'll see where he goes. But I don't think if he doesn't have the quarterbacks, he's going to be out of the league pretty soon. Not out of the league, but out of the conversation of best running back.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, but looking at this list that they have, and I'll go ahead and run through the top 10 for you. So they have Lamar Jackson at 1, Russell Wilson at 2, Aaron Donald at 3, Patrick Mahomes at 4, Michael Thomas at 5, Christian McCaffrey at 6, George Kittle at 7, DeAndre Hopkins at 8, Stephon Gilmore at 9, and then Derrick Henry at 10. After running through that top 10, outside of the obvious like screw up in not putting Patrick Mahomes at number 1 because I am a lot more scared of him than I am of Lamar Jackson. Derrick Henry is the eyesore out of this entire list. First of all, I love Derrick Henry, Heisman Trophy winner. Like, he played for Alabama, which I root for my Alabama Roll Tide, but it's crazy to have Derrick Henry right there.
He didn't even lead the league in rushing last year.
He's not even he's not the best running back in the league.
Like how many running backs would you take for Derrick Henry?
Like 5.
Give me Zeke, give me Saquon, give me Christian, give me what's his name, and Chubb, give me hold on, I'm going through divisions right now. All right. Go. Give me. Okay, maybe get to 5. Maybe get to 5 before we get to him.
I still have a lot of faith in Alvin Kamara because I think he's he's not broken. Mm-hmm. No, I think he had a rough year last year, but I think he's gonna bounce back.
Oh, Cook.
And that was the other one I was gonna say, Dalvin Cook. So I would take them 5 before I take
Aaron. I almost take Aaron Jones over him too.
Aaron Jones had a really nice year.
Aaron Jones is a cowboy killer.
Yeah, but I also don't know if that was just a blip or if that's really who he is.
It's not a blip.
So
take it from a guy who has plenty of Aaron Jones fantasy football stock for the last 3 seasons. Mm-hmm. That dude's the boss. All right, he's the boss.
That's fair. Yeah. The other thing that was very obvious to me on this list that didn't make sense is my love for Julio Jones. Like, he was number 11. They listed him as the 3rd best receiver. Like on this. With DeAndre Hopkins, who is nice, and Michael freaking Thomas. And I cannot stand people's obsession with Michael Thomas as the number 1 receiver. Like, you look at that is pure stat people. Like, all they do, look at his numbers. Look at his numbers. No, look at Julio Jones's numbers. Like, let me just spit some facts for all those people who don't understand how good Julio Jones is.
Jordan, whatever numbers you're going to pull up on Julio Jones, Michael Thomas' numbers are better.
No, they're not.
They are.
How much you want to bet?
I put $100 right now. Let's go.
Okay.
Jordan, so this is what you do with Julio, right? This is what you got. This is where you get with Julio. Julio had that one season where he almost broke the catch record, right?
Uh-huh.
That was the Super Bowl season, right?
Okay. So how many
Thomas
seasons do you want to look at?
You can't look at that many. You're gonna look for Michael 3 seasons.
Okay. So Michael Thomas has been in the league 4 years. So we'll look at the last 3. So his 3 seasons, which he's been a 1,000-yard receiver every year. So he had 121 targets, 92 receptions, 1,100 yards his rookie season. His second season, 104 receptions, 1,200 receiving yards. 125 and 1,400, and then 149 and 1,700.
What's that 100? Well, Jordan, what's that 149? Do you know what that 149 is?
It's a record.
It's the NFL record for most catches in a season.
Yeah, he also had 185 targets.
Huh?
He also had 185
Is that his
targets.
fault? He's that open?
So the most. So first of all,
and that also means he was targeted
So first of all,
489 times and only missed the ball less than 40 times.
Yeah, but that's also a ridiculous amount of targets. Like so, I mean,
it's not his fault. You can't blame him from getting look. He has a smart quarterback.
So that was how many seasons? Like 5 or so.
That's 4.
4. So his highest receiving yards was 1,700. He got 1,400 once. So.
Yeah, 149 catches.
So
his touchdown numbers are ridiculous.
So the reason why people are dropping on Julio is because he didn't have his great numbers last year. But Matt Ryan didn't have a good season last year. Like Julio only got 90. He only had 99 receptions for almost 1,400 yards last season. But before that, it was 113 for 1,677. Before that, it was 88 for 1,400. Then it was 83 for 1,400, and then it was 136 for 1,871. Those are insane. And if we're looking at yards per reception, you had 13.8, 17, 16.4, 14.8, and then 14.1. With Michael Thomas, it's 12, 12, 11, and 11. So
you know what those are? First downs.
Okay, first and Julio's getting you almost 20 yards per reception.
But is Julio getting you a first down?
Yes. More than a first down.
No, come on. If Julio got you a first down, they would have won the Super Bowl. I'm just saying.
That is Kyle Shanahan that don't know forgot how to coach.
No, that's Matt Ryan. In the second half. Wait, we don't look. I'm tired of this Kyle Shanahan.
Okay,
slander. I'm tired of this Kyle Shanahan slander. I love Kyle Shanahan. He's my guy. Kyle, once again, Kyle, you want to come on the pod? Kyle, you're more than welcome to come on the pod anytime you want to. But look, we never had this Kyle Shanahan slander. Look, everybody lets Matt Ryan off of this easy. Like I never hear somebody talk about. Let that been Dak Prescott. Let that been Dak Prescott in that situation. Lord Jesus, the Cowboys have been killing them for the next 25 years.
I literally just said that the reason why Julio's numbers weren't that good last season was because of Matt Ryan. So I gave Matt Ryan his crap. But I will give him his crap.
But Jordan, should you discount Michael Thomas since he has a better quarterback?
Yes, you should.
No.
Everybody okay, so here's why I say that. Because everybody discounts Dak for the weapons. So why does Dak get a negative for having like guys like Amari Cooper or Michael Gallup or having Ezekiel Elliott? But then you have like Deshaun Watson that had DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah, Michael Thomas. Yeah, Michael Thomas had Drew Brees. Like it's I hate that argument because it's stupid. Like if you're gonna use it for one person, then use it for everybody or don't use it at all. That's all I'm saying.
No, just think about it this way. First of all, the best quarterback in the league didn't have a receiver nowhere near the top 10. All right, that's Pat. All right, but next, okay, just think about Jordan. Just think about we're racing a supercar, right? I'm racing my truck versus your Ferrari, souped up son of a gun, right? And I lose because you have a better car. Can I be like, well, man, I only lost because you got a Ferrari? Can I do that?
Yeah, you could if you want to.
Oh my gosh!
But like I agree with you. Like I agree that it shouldn't matter that somebody has the weapons. But I'm just saying everybody always makes that argument. Oh well, this person had this person. So if we're gonna use that for one person, then I'm saying we should use it for everybody. Because like I said, anytime somebody talks about Dak Prescott, they talk about all the weapons that he has to throw to. But Deshaun Watson has a top 10 receiver who is a top 3 receiver, and nobody ever be like, oh well, Deshaun Watson Watson had DeAndre Hopkins, but nobody mentions that. Nobody so that's the thing that annoys me. So it's just like, so I'm all for like, yeah, Michael Thomas is good and everything. I still think that if it was somebody else, they would be just fine, but only because Drew Brees has proven that he can throw the ball to anybody and they still won games even without him. So it's not like, yes, he makes a difference, but I still think that Julio's better. Like, because when I look at the two, that's the one thing that I'll put over him is Julio's been dealing with Matt Ryan. I'm not saying Matt Ryan's a scrub by any means. He's still one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. But, like, he's not getting the attention that, like, Michael Thomas is getting the ball, like, 200 times a year. It makes it very easy for you to get some numbers like that. So it helps out a lot. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So, Jordan, I'm going to let you have your 2 minutes to vent about Dak Prescott being number 40 something.
I was going to come on here and vent about why Dak Prescott was number 46 because I think it's ridiculous. Mostly because My argument is that if I'm looking at this, I'm looking at, like I said earlier, from a draft perspective. And if I'm drafting, I'm looking at the QBs, defensive ends, like game changers first. So there's a lot of people that are ahead of him. Like freaking Richard Sherman's 28. Richard Sherman. He didn't even have that good of a year last year, and he's 28.
And he was decent on the best team in NFL.
Exactly. So it's like it wasn't like he was already on a loaded defense. Like let's remember that.
Well, he's always been on a low defense. Can't
Exactly. So, but like I'm just saying,
is it his fault? But when you throw the ball to him, nobody catches anything still, except unless you're Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just I'm just saying, like Richard Sherman was not 28 worthy. Like he didn't have like that great of a season where he was 28. I didn't watch every 49ers game, so I could be wrong. There could be like all these highlights that somebody can send me on Instagram that show how great he was. But it's just like things like that I saw on this list that just really made me scratch my head and wonder like how exactly when Dak Prescott like pretty much was right there and leading the league in passing. Like Mark Ingram was listed ahead of him.
What do you think about the quarterbacks ahead of him? So you have Lamar, Russell,
Jimmy Garoppolo is ahead of him.
There we go. That's the only one I have a problem with. If we switch,
why?
If they switched him, if Dak was where's Jimmy Garoppolo at? Here we go. 43. If Dak was 43 and Jimmy Garoppolo was 46, would you feel better about it?
I would feel a little better, but I would still wonder this list. So I'm looking at it. Dak, I think he's the 6th on the list, 5 or 6. So I'm scrolling up now. So after Jimmy G at 43,
is Dak
the next quarter? I'm talking about going up, going up on the list. Like it's the next one is Tom Brady, Tom Brady at 14, which that one. No, Aaron Rodgers at 16.
Yeah,
so Aaron Rodgers at 16 and Tom Brady at 14, and then
you're 3 at the top.
Then you have Drew Brees at 12 before you get to the 3 at the top. So he's like 8. So I mean, he's still top 10, I guess, when the quarterbacks go. But also, okay, let's be honest. Like, I know that this was probably like a Legends like pass that they were given to Tom Brady and Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers, but Dak Prescott's better than all of them right now. Like he's better than he had a better season than every last one of them. He did.
Remember when Aaron Rodgers played against Dak Prescott in Dallas?
Yeah, Dak Prescott had 4 touchdowns or 4 or 5 touchdowns and 300.
Yeah, but also Aaron Rodgers was up by 30 at one point in time.
That is true. Okay, but I watched that game live, and okay, first of all, that first interception was not Dak's fault. That was Amari Cooper dropped the ball and it fell right into the receiver's hand. He really out of there was 3 interceptions that he threw that game, or 2, one of the 2. But and then there was one where he truly tried to force it, but they were down by 3 touchdowns already, and he was just trying to make a play. I don't care too much for a quarterback throwing that pass, but all that other crap, Dak played a great game, in that game. It wasn't his best game, I would say, but he still showed up more than Aaron Rodgers had to show up in that game. Because if we remember correctly, that game, the reason why Dallas why the Packers were winning that game so much was because Aaron Jones was just running all over. They couldn't stop him. He just got whatever he wanted. He had 3 touchdowns, rushing. So it didn't matter what. So it didn't matter what Aaron Rodgers did. Aaron Rodgers just had to go out there and not throw the game away.
All right. All right, I got you. Dad,
that's all I gotta say. All I gotta say is Dak Prescott will be in the top 10 next year because he's gonna have a great season this year. Watch out for the Cowboys, and we'll be good.
Dad, we love you. You want to come on the pod? Come on the pod.
Please,
all right, Jordan. So, okay, Jordan, what was I ask you? All right, we're about to wrap. So, quick. All right, surprises on the list. You want me to go first? You want me to go first?
You go first.
All right, cool. Okay, good. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Here's another F-bomb portion of the test. I'm not going to try to do that many, but guys, I'm just warning you. There is about to be F-bombs, so just hit that 30-second speed up for about twice, and I'll be done. All right. Fucking Kirk Cousins. It's on this fucking list. How? No. You know who's new Kirk Cousins? It's fucking Ryan Tannehill. They're both the same motherfucker, right? They're both on the fucking list. They don't deserve to be on this list. They're both decent. Okay, they're average quarterbacks. They're average players in the NFL. So I'm tired of people paying Kirk Cousins money. I'm tired of people putting on Kirk Cousins on the list. Not hurt his feelings. This is not a participation trophy. Josh Allen, you do not deserve to be on this list. Jalen Smith, Cowboy, I love you, but you had a down year last year. You had a down year last year. Did what's the name make it on there? No, he didn't make it on there. The other one, 55, Layden.
No, he didn't make it.
Yeah, I know, but Layden should be on there. And Darius Slay, put some respect on Darius Slay's name. He should not be 92. He should be in the 50s.
Insulting.
He is a freaking killer. Mississippi's own Darius Slay. Even though he's playing for the Eagles, I hope he get burned twice a year against Cowboys. But yeah, that's all I had. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
So I'll say one thing on Darius Slay. So I think that was mostly due to the fall off that the Lions had in the second half of the season.
But he was still good.
Yeah. I would say so. I have some people that didn't make the list, which I'm trying to double check right now. I'm scrolling through, and actually another quarterback we missed that was in front of Dak Prescott was Deshaun Watson. He was a number 20. Yeah, so
there's a push.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Like people who like debate Dak and Deshaun, I'm okay either way. Like you think what you want to think. Like I'm okay. I love Deshaun Watson.
We don't debate black quarterbacks on this podcast. We're rooting for everybody black. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just looking at all the teams, and I went on a rant about this. I'm just looking at all the teams that passed up on Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes that look like idiots right now. Because
my bad, Jordan. You're talking about the Chicago Bears,
namely the Chicago Bears. Yeah.
But Jordan, Mitchell Trubisky's about to be a Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, he's going right into the Hall. So I'm trying. I looked through this thing like a couple of times and trying to make sure I didn't see it. But Matt Stafford. Like, am I just missing his name, or is he?
No, Matt Stafford. But if he's going off last year, Matt Stafford should be on his list. He didn't play it.
But I thought this was going off the neck.
It's going off last year.
Okay. But even still, before he got hurt, he
was good. We only played 4 games.
No, I thought he got 6.
Nah, they were 3-1 when he went out, and then they lost every game after that.
I mean, okay, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, but so that was a little bit of a shocker. Carson Wentz was a shocker that he wasn't on the list.
No, it's not. Dude can't stay healthy, and Carson Wentz is trash.
I definitely agree. I don't have much love for Carson Wentz because I hate them debating Dak and Carson Wentz because Dak is clearly better than him. But it's just it was surprising because I know how many people think so highly of Carson Wentz, and he was number 2 on the list not too long ago. So for him to be completely off the list already, that's pretty shocking, surprising to me. I'm surprised Tyreek Hill is at 22. I know that he didn't play as much last season, but I'm still surprised that they put him so far back.
No, I can understand that. Yeah, I can understand Tyreek Hill being there because a lot of players see Tyreek as just a speed guy.
And I get that. But Dalvin Cook also was one that kind of gave me a pause because I'm just they put him at 21, and I felt like Dalvin Cook was one of the best running backs we had in the league last year. Dude was a beast. And so that was a little bit shocking. But I mean, other than that, I don't hate the names, I guess, per se, too much of the people that were on the list. I just don't really care too much for the order. Some of the order I just didn't really care for. Yeah. But that's all I got. Yeah.
Oh, so you're talking to your hosting dudes and close out. I guess I'll do it. Hey guys, thank y'all for tuning in for the first live broadcast of Top That Sports with me and Jordan. We'll be here every Wednesday with you guys at 6:00. Please definitely come out and join us. Thank you to Aaron.
Aaron Bird.
Aaron Bird, thank you. Our producer Aaron, she's gonna make us sound all good and ready to go. And then like us on Instagram, DM us, engage with us. We definitely love to hear from you guys. All right, signing off.
See ya.